This is Novalee, and I have been working on a pepper bed for several hours over the past 2 days, and I finally got them all in straight rows and everything. So I'm going to show you that process from start to end, and it might take a few episodes, so it'll be part 1, 2, and possibly 3. But stay tuned, and you'll see the final product, which is pretty rewarding given that bell peppers are one of my favorite foods and they're really good for you. Okay, so I'm going over my to-do list and I'm now getting to planting the peppers. Just grabbed a snack to fuel me. This is my blueberries, and they were $1.99 on sale from a usual $5.99 for the whole pint-sized ones at Whole Foods. Now, as you can see, I've been really busy pulling up plants that have bolted, and this is a whole big stack of them, and I've been taking bunches of them back to the ducks because they like to eat this stuff too. But we're still left with a huge mound. Can't even fit in the compost bin this week. And that all came from this bed here. There was spinach and escarole, peas, beets, all up and down this raised bed. So now that I've got everything out, I dumped a couple sacks, and I'll show you what the sacks look like. When we go to Sonoma Compost, since we don't have a truck and we have to carry the compost in our car, I go ahead and fill these sacks so that the car doesn't get too dirty, and we got a whole bunch of them. You can see I've already used a lot of them. And this is just Sonoma Compost, and went ahead and dumped that in there. I still have to flatten it out, but that fills the raised bed so that the soil level is back up to the top. And then again with the rock mineral dust, I just kind of dragged the bag across here so that some came out along the way, and I'm going to mix it in with my hands or a rake. And that evidence of that is over here. It's the Gaia Green glacial rock dust. And I didn't have a mask, but I put my shirt up over my mouth and nose so I didn't breathe it in while it was flying around in the air. And last but not least for this bed also, our kelp granules. I'm going to go ahead and just sprinkle that evenly along here before I mix it all in. And here, in this bed that I'm preparing here, we're going to pull this trellis out and get rid of it so it's just one whole big bed. And we're going to plant peppers, so we'll have lots of sweet peppers coming up here while the weather's warm and good for making fruit. So here's what the kelp looks like. Dried kelp, OMRI certified, and it smells just like the kelp granule powder that you can get at Whole Foods in the bulk bin that a lot of my friends are taking right now to protect the thyroid from nuclear meltdown, supposedly. That's exactly what this smells like, so I don't know if you could eat this as well, but I just am taking it in a nice container and sprinkling that over garden greens. So back to the list. The next thing I have to do is plant peppers, and I prepared the bed and I laid out the peppers. They're supposed to be 12 inches apart, so I might adjust them a little bit, offset in rows. So I'm gonna get them in the ground and then I'll show you what that looks like. So actually, we found this leveler outside, which is going to be perfect because it has inches measurement on this side. So I'm just going to line it up on the edge of the raised bed. So if I plant this pepper here at the 1-inch mark, then I'm going to go down to the 12-inch mark, and since we're planting peppers every 12 inches, put this guy in front of there. So now I can see the spacing and go ahead down the row and do that for everybody. Okay, so for little starts like cucumbers, I just use my finger. But when it comes to these guys, which are in the 3-inch pots, I'll go ahead and grab a spade like this. You don't have to dig very deep, which is why you don't need an actual shovel or anything. But just like that. And once I've got the hole ready, I'm going to reach over here to my Mycos. And I just grab a pinch, put it in there, about that much. Then, I got my guy already unplanted. And you shake him a little bit to loosen the roots. And down he goes. Cover him up with some soil. And he's going to be much happier in here, because those pots were just getting too cramped for big old peppers like these. Alright, so 2 down, the rest to go.